niggas.
That's perfect. I didn't get the font right, bro. I had to pick the perfect fucking font for that. I was like, I need this shit.
Look, see back face.
There we go.
Just FYI, yo. We sort of kind of.
Are we live?
We sort of kind of live, y'all.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've been very unprofessional. Hello, internet. How are you? Welcome to Not Aorzia.
More like nigga yours.
Bring us on in, man. Yo, what's up, Ralph? What is good?
Yo.
Trevor brothers back at it like crack addicts.
Not like
jackrabbits. We are Christians. Okay. Shadowbringers is 4 days away. 8 for you peasants. But for us, 4. And before I get on with everything, let me just say that everything we're about to talk about right now is not final. All right, everything from action skills to potencies and things of that nature are subject to change in any shape, any form, any fashion that they choose to do so.
Right.
So without further ado, let's get into it, man. Final Fantasy 14. What a game, right? What a time to be alive. Mm-hmm. And what a time to be alive. And let's get to the introductions, man. First and foremost, we got Sir Mackleton Fauntleroy the Third, Esquire, man. And I got my brothers from other mothers. Pray to God they not Vieiras.
I'm being Vieira, goddamn. Now check this out. It's your boy E-Stop Trevor of the Trevor Brothers.
What's up? It's your boy B for Real of the Trevor Brothers, otherwise known as Dodge.
Dodge.
Who ironically does not dodge.
He'll stand in the AoE.
He'll stand right in some shit and die.
All in it.
Stand right in some shit and die. Alright, so right off the bat, man, so in the tank video I mentioned that I was going to make 2 videos of all the deeps and all the heals, but due to the time setups, crunch times, life, shit like that, we decided to just come together as a unit and just talk about what we're looking forward to as far as jobs. Right. And I guess anything else that we can bring up, right?
Oh, yeah.
So right off the bat, let's get into B for Real, because he's still kind of fresh as far as what we got going, and I got notes for everything else, and not so much for what he got. So all right, man, we'll be looking forward to B. What we got, bro?
Well, first thing I got to talk about, man, is my mainstay Ninja. We got
don't knock down the display, Matt.
We gotta get into the Ninja, man. Ninja is looking very impressive this time around, man.
Yeah.
I love the improvements in Stormblood. I know some people felt kind of finicky about it, but the way they took the class this time is honestly one of the best melee DPS out there.
You almost said the best. I was gonna fight you, cuz.
Oh no!
Just on GP alone, I was gonna box.
I still feel like they might have Ninja as the lowest personal DPS, but we shall see come Shadowbringers. I was about to say Stormbringers.
We might be bringing some stuff.
I'm glad I drank that water before you said that, bro.
So I'm loving the new skills that we got. I love the fact that Kasandra has double charges now. That's very interesting.
Cheating. I'm just gonna put it out there right now. Cheating.
Guaranteed crit twice in a row. 60-second cooldown. Loving that.
Cause that was on 2 minutes at first, right?
I believe so. I want to say it was almost 180 seconds. I believe.
Yeah, that's a long ass time.
Oh, very
just
long
for
time.
a crit.
Yeah.
That is so. That 60 seconds is definitely welcome, I think.
Just one. So Ninja's definitely one of those melee classes where you have to watch your timers. But I will say I love the fact that Shukuchi, also our escape, has 2 charges.
Right.
That's cool.
What did he say?
Willakuchi.
Shukuchi.
Willakuchi.
George.
Willakuchi.
Will the Coochie?
Minotone.
That is the question. Will the Coochie? I don't know.
I love the new trait that Kasandra also has. The fact that Hyotan has finally got some usability in the main rotation. Right. When you pop it with Kasandra, it upgrades to Hyosho Ranryu. And that is... I'm not sure if it's a teleport. I'm not sure if they're popping Shukuchi right after they do that. Or if it's actually teleporting you. I didn't see that in the ability list.
Yeah, like he went right behind the damn stars.
Exactly.
So it was like, is that a gap? closer.
See, and that's what I'm thinking. Like, could it be a gap closer? If it is, everything is subject to change, so we don't know. Could be. But very interesting. I love the fact that not Kasatsu, but Katan actually got a buff as well. Goka, we got a new fireball jutsu. Still about 400 potency, still the same as a Hellfire Frog, but I mean, big fire. You can't really hate on it.
Yeah, you can't hate on big flames, guy.
We got Assassinate ready off of Dream Within a Dream. That got a potency buff. Loving that as well.
What's the timer on that? It's 90 seconds?
Assassinate?
No, Dream Within a Dream.
I think it's 60 seconds now.
It's 60?
Yeah,
I saw 90.
It might be. Either way, it's coming back fairly quick.
Definitely.
I mean, if Assassinate Ready is as important as it seems, then it might be 60 seconds.
Speaking of Assassinate Ready, love the guaranteed critical direct hit every single time.
I'm so tired of this shit. I'm tired of
that
these
is
crits.
the finisher.
That's all these motherfuckers get is
The
crits.
finisher.
All these motherfuckers that get crit. Why they get all the crits?
That's some bullshit. They took away bars, Chris.
They took Bard ain't got no crit.
What,
Bard
Bard
ain't
got
got
crit?
no crit.
They completely stripped it?
Ain't no crit. Ain't no crit procs on nothing.
No, not anymore.
You better stack that skill speed direct hit.
Like a motherfucker.
Loving that. And one of my biggest changes that I'm loving, I love that we got an upgraded AoE. Similar to Dragoon, their combo that gives them, more Blood of the Dragon off of their AoE combo. Like that we have that now. That way we're not trying to spam an extra armor crush in there during our AoE rotation. Loving the fact that we also got, what's that one skill? Tenchi Jin is now separate from the Kinki gauge. So no Kinki used on Tenchi Jin.
Cheap.
One of my favorites. So one of my favorite things to do when I'm on my ninja is to double the potency of that Doton. It's one of the most effective AoEs on the game.
Did they just give these niggas a shortcut?
They just cheated.
Ninja got some
They run faster than everybody.
Buffs,
they got 2 weapons. I'm tired of this shit.
They do flips when they jump.
Flips and shit when they jump. They don't take as much fall down. What type of fuckery?
Got the quick feet, man. They trying not to run ahead of the
I
tank.
damn near break my damn ankles jumping off cliffs as bards.
Bro, I can't even go down the stairs fast. Goddamn, look. And y'all motherfuckers out here flipping this shit.
That's all I have for Ninja, man. I'm looking very forward to it. We got 4 days left, so catch me on Lamia server. Catch all of us on Lamia server if you're down.
I'm a Rolling Stone because I go where the fuck I want to go.
Okay.
Mack Lee,
I might be in Ultros tomorrow.
You say that. This is your 4th Final Fantasy character. Don't be switching worlds now.
Walk around and get stuck.
Bruh.
Yeah, I don't need that in my life. I don't. So anyway, let's get to now Astro. I know you didn't get a whole lot of time with Astro.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to go over just kind of keep it short and sweet with that one because let's not confuse ourselves with what the fuck we saw.
Bro, there was so much going on with Astro.
Like that, it's just Astro was fucking retarded.
Right.
Astro was gonna be interesting. Just because there's a lot of what's the word I want to use here?
Support.
Support is definitely one.
A lot of support. So anybody that's tuning in that doesn't really know what's going on, this is obviously, like we said on Final Fantasy, the ninja is what he just spoke about. Now what he's speaking about is if you want to call it astrologian, go for it. But we call it astrologian, but we call it astro for short. It is a healed kind of time agey style class that's got a lot of support skills.
Time age now.
Yeah, it's a time age at this point.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's definitely more so than anything at this point.
And I would say it's a time age strictly off the fact that it's imperative that you watch your timers on everything. It's a very important class. It's just like Summoner.
We got a question.
A time age.
Use case says Ninja sounds like the best man.
Hey man, get the fuck, get out.
Hey, my man.
Hey, next time I see you, Ralph. Next time I see you, Ralph, we fighting just on GP alone, bro.
King
come
Ninja.
Come in here with this blasphemy, man. Type of shit. You see all this shit he got? But you ain't heard the rest of the melee.
Hey, wait a minute.
There's a lot to go.
Don't forget about the range.
Oh, the range are looking very impressive.
You right?
No, bro, because I like range too now. We can't be doing that.
But we ain't getting no shortcuts though.
We ain't getting no shortcuts.
This is gonna be the first time I play a range class. Dance is gonna be my first mainstay range melee DPS. This is gonna be the first time.
This nigga finna be out here trying to moonwalk.
That nigga about to be twerking.
About to
Him and D go be together looking like the city girls.
Oh, no, don't do me like that, bro.
That's how he's singing the Full House song.
I cannot stand y'all.
Grown ass man, like, everywhere you look. Boy, you sit your ass down, so what?
Frolicking and shit.
Oh my God.
With Rex and shit. But no, man. So yeah, Astro is looking like something crazy.
Definitely. One thing that I think is very impressive is the fact that all of the buffs have usability now. Every single card that you have gives a DPS buff. So now you're not preferring one card over the other. You're not cycling through your cards like, oh man, I gotta get a spear. I gotta get a balance. I gotta get this.
What it was all about.
If I don't get a balance or a spear, if I don't get a you or aspire to Royal Road, then what am I gonna do?
Right.
You know, all of that worry is over.
Yeah.
You know, I love the fact that balance, spear, and arrow are now suited to melee DPS. Range can still benefit from it, but it's mainly a melee buff. And then on the other side, spear, ewer, spire, and bowl are now range buffs. I like the fact that we also have the horoscope buff that buffs your AoE. It basically combos off of your Helios and your expected benefits, and basically doubles the potency of every heal that you throw out while you're AoE healing. So I guess I feel like it's more of an oh shit button. You know, when stuff is going down. Definitely want to use that. So there's that. I like the fact that each card, you have to pull a seal now.
Yeah.
That's a big change. Astro was a very busy class now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You got to keep up with so much, but I'm liking that. Not a lot of skills got changed. Celestial Opposition, that's all changed. No longer offers a stun.
Right.
It offers us aspected, depending on what sect you're in. Nocturnal sect gives you shields. Regens gives you AoE heals.
Yeah.
Loving that. I think one of my favorite skills though was gonna be divination.
We out here divinating people.
Man, that's cool, man. So there's a lot to say with Astro. I'm gonna have to definitely sit down and work with it a lot more. It's more than likely gonna be one of those classes I'm not gonna get on day one. But once it's perfected,
just talking about it, yeah, it's intimidating enough.
Yeah, man, it's a lot going on. So more to come with Astro, but I'm very excited to see it. What y'all got, man?
Man, shit. I mean, like you said, Astro is turning out to be something to look at. I'm trying Scholar this time around, I think.
Scholar? That's
beautiful, bro.
Yeah, Scholar's looking pretty legit. But before that even, how about that Dancer, though?
Ooh.
So Dancer is a new job that's upcoming
right
in the
there.
Shadowbringers.
That's some sexy
It's using chakrams. You know what I'm saying? It's got hella fire mobility. It's got all these crazy things. It just looks like it's probably finna get nerfed.
Easily.
So
right off the bat,
the gameplay for Dancer, it revolves around a mix-up of combos and procs. Flowing, and you just kind of flow through your abilities and you adjust to whatever the gameplay demands. You got a few different dances that provide buffs to you and your dance partner, whoever you choose. Some of the homies gonna choose dance partners that ain't got as many clothes on, and that's fine.
Giggity.
You know, and you also help out fellow members as a whole. So first things first, I want to go over it. Let's talk about the dances. All right, so at level 60, you get closed position, which allows you to pick a dance partner to share the effects of like your standard finish, your saber dance, and your curing waltz. Your saber dance is basically a hellified buff. It increases your crit and direct hit of you and your dance partner by 30% for 15 seconds, and it's only on a 2-minute cooldown. So that's every other maybe AoE. I mean, every other mob maybe that you could just throw that out there. Curing waltz, it's a small heal,
right?
But it does work for you and your dance partner, and it's got a 200 potency. It's on a 60-second KD.
Okay.
But the party that's near your dance partner also gets said heal. So it's kind of something that works in conjunction with everybody. So it kind of gives people a reason to stick around the dance partner a little bit more.
Okay, like
which will be a hell of an issue if you a melee, right? Because the black mage is sure as hell sitting off in the back busting these flares off. He is not finna get up close and personal on that samurai.
He's not leaving those ley lines.
You know what I'm saying? So he's not finna, you know what I'm saying? It ain't happening. And then we talked about Shield Samba. Shield Samba is their 10% damage buff.
Right.
15 seconds. It's on a 2-minute cooldown. And of course, you cannot use that with the Machinist's Tactician or the Bard's Troubadour,
right.
which does the same exact thing. You just can't stack them, which is why you can't stack them, because 30% for 15 seconds on everybody is fucking ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Everybody's taking everything.
Hey, that's crazy.
And then we have the steps. So standard step and technical step, they're more of Simon Says style skills. It's more of a little mini game, right? Where you press buttons in a random sequence, all in random sequences. And they all lead to a finishing attack that will not only deal a massive amount of AoE damage, but will trigger your damage buffs and your Esprit. You're like, is it Esprit or Esprit? It's one of the
Esprit.
two.
I think it's Esprit.
Yeah, I think it's Esprit. Regeneration. And so using the steps will actually turn 4 of your skills that you already have into the buttons. So they won't look like mudras. They won't just be like separate mudras and nothing like that. It'll literally just turn 4 skills. I'm guessing your single target and your AoE skills, since it's only 2 of those.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's going to turn those into them.
Right.
You can move while doing these steps, but you can also screw up. So don't be out here trying to usher slide and shit, knowing your experience don't go as far as cha-cha.
Not usher slide.
You know
not the
saying?
Ray J knee drop.
No.
I'm coming with the Jacquees.
First, hey, shout out to the new subscriber. We're at 96
Oh,
now.
we
from
just
95.
subscribed. Let's go.
Wow.
Appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
You know, and we got 7 people watching. Let's go, bruh.
Hey,
so
we appreciate every single one of y'all.
Facts.
Big ass facts. And so, like I was saying, so you can screw this up. Now, screwing.
What you saying? Like,
What did I say?
hey, you can fuck this up. So
But
don't.
you can, because I mean, think about it. You get out on the show floor, everybody doing the same thing, right? And then you all of a sudden fuck up. Somebody gonna see that shit that's looking above the crowd.
It's true.
So
Yeah.
it's gonna be the same thing for a dancer. Now, granted, you can always get back in rhythm, but you won't be the same after that, right? So it's the same thing with these dances, man. If you screw them up, they won't destroy you, but they will greatly diminish your damage.
So it's like the bunny ears with the
only
ninja.
without
I
the
was
bunny.
just about to say
it's like
that.
the bunny ears, but not without the bunny ears. You won't nobody know you did it unless they watching your DPS.
And I'm watching motherfuckers.
I'm watching motherfuckers get out there and trip over their own damn feet, bro. I'm gonna be out there laughing like a motherfucker.
my ass
I
off.
saw a Sprout throw the bunny ears last night in the raid, and I was kind of like, I was like, man, I've been there before.
What else we got? All right, so the finishes. We got the standard finish. When it's executed properly, it's just a 2-step sequence.
What?
It has 1,000 potency. But it does 75% less damage to all enemies around you. But it also grants a 5% damage buff to you and your dance partner for 60 seconds. So if you have both steps, so if you don't get a step right, you know, if you still kind of learning how to dance, it's only a 500 potency. If you got 1 step, it's 750 potency. If you got both, it gives you, or I'm sorry, if you have 2, how the fuck does it? Okay, so 2 gives you 1,000, 1 gives you 750, and then
it keeps on going.
Yeah, so it kind of keeps on going, and then you get a 2% damage buff at 750. But again, if you got 2 steps, you get 5%.
Right.
So I'm sorry, I don't see how you fucking up 2 buttons. All right, if you fucking up 2 buttons, bro, either your controller fucked up, or you just need to put the game down.
Easy.
Straight up.
Man,
Now
switch to that
technical.
PC Master Race, man.
Now, technical step, on the other hand, now you got to go through 4 steps, still a random sequence. It has a much, much higher damage potency. All right, so 3 steps will give you 1250, and that's with a 3% damage buff. All right, 4 steps will give you 1500, and that's with a 5% damage buff. And all these apply to the goddamn entire party. So
Yeah, they get nerf day 1.
dancer out here, basically, if you performing well as a dancer, you might as well say you twerking in front of the homies, because everybody watching you and everybody benefiting, bro.
Who's twerking in front of their home?
I don't know, but
That sounds like some curious activities.
So what it seems like is that they took away the AoE capability.
I just fucking.
What it seems
Think about
like, what just happened? What did I miss? What did I miss just now?
Hold on real quick. So it's like a QTE or something. Yep, exactly.
exactly what it is.
Definitely.
Exactly what it is. All right,
I'm glad they're adding
I'm
something
moving
like
on. I don't know what the fuck.
But it
You
almost
leave it
sounds
up?
like
Okay,
they
I
took the AoE capability of spreading the buffs around the party from Astro and they placed it with the dancer, which I enjoy.
I mean,
you know, because I figured it was going to be a buff related class. Like, I don't think they could separate dancer from buffs. Like, just because of the way it played in 11. of things like Drain Samba and giving parties to buffs. Like I always figured that Dancer was gonna give buffs to the whole party.
Most at some point, yeah, hell yeah.
So it's like although Astro can still give buffs, I feel like it's more of like a single target thing now.
Yeah, but I mean they got a way to give everybody buffs. It's just
Definitely.
It doesn't seem like it's as frequent, but
yeah,
we'll see, right? Because
True.
Any of that shit can change.
Exactly.
So next up we got Avant. I think it's pronounced En Avant. Yeah, En Avant, and it's basically the dash. 3 charges. I think they're one of the few classes that's got 3 charges on a skill.
Oh, I thought they only had 2.
Yeah, most charges only got 2, but they actually got 3 dashes. Machinist is the only other job I know that's got 3 of anything on the charge.
Wow.
So, I mean, that's mobility for you. You feel me? And it's not like they just need it all the time because they are ranged. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that they can dash in and get away, they can get close, they can do all these things so far. They looking like they set up for a nice ass nerf. Next up, we got improvisation, and this is basically the dancer's meditation. It's like a meditate skill for him. Okay. You can't move when it happens, and basically you just generate esprit for 15 seconds, and it grants a 10% recovery boost via healing actions for the self, for like you and the entire party. Right. And it's on a 3-minute cooldown. Okay. Wow. So I mean, you got 15 seconds. You're generating esprit, right? And then while you're doing that, you're also giving the entire party a 10% HP boost to all recovery and all magic. Wow. So you know what I'm saying? The longer you sit there and you build this stuff, man, the longer it works. So it's like, man, they got all kind of crazy shit going on as far as utility go. But the next, let's jump into like their combos, right? The actual skills. Basic combo, Cascade into Fountain. 2-hit combo is single target. However, there is a 50% chance that you can use this combo to proc a flourish skill. And what that basically does for each skill, Cascade will grant reverse Cascade, and Fountain will become Fountain Fall. Both of which have higher damage potency, still single target. But those 4 skills are the ones that become your steps. Okay. So there's that. AoE, we got Windmill into Blood Shower. Right. So just like single target, same shit. 50% proc into higher potency skills being Rising, Windmill, and Blood Shower. Now, the 4 finishers, they also have, so the finishers, so the fucking 50% procs, alright, just so y'all keep up with me. Cascade, Windmill, and then we got, Cascade, Fountain, Windmill, Blood Shower, okay? They proc.
And Blood Shower is AoE, right?
Blood Showers, Windmill and Blood Shower is AoE.
Right, okay.
And then Cascade, Fountain, single target. So both of these skills proc into stronger versions of themselves with a 50% rate to do so. Alright? So let that marinate. Now take those stronger skills, add another 50% proc. Right. To these procking into a 4-fold feather that will allow you to use the Fan Dance 1 and 2 skills. Wow. So Fan Dance 1 is single target. Fan Dance 2 is AoE. And for those that don't know what AoE mean, that's area of effect, meaning that anytime a skill is something that's AoE, it's going to affect everybody that's around you, basically. I don't know who's all watching, so allow me to explain certain little things like that. And using either of these skills, any of them, will cost 1 4-fold feather, and furthermore have a 50% chance to proc Fan Dance 3, which is an AoE, has a 200 potency, so it's not insanely strong, but it's still so much going on. From single target to AoE into Fan Dance 3, that hits 200 potency on everybody, and then does 50% less damage to the remaining enemies. Now, it doesn't sound like a lot on its own, but if you add the fact that the dancer, what did we just discuss? They got all kind of ways to buff themselves and their party member. So if you add all these buffs, and we ain't said nothing about cats like the other DPS and the other healers outside of what they got. Astro, for example, with all the damage buffs it's got. Right. You know what I'm saying? And you add all this stuff into all these potency skills that the dancer can hit with everybody. And you sound like you can rock a well-oiled machine with that thing. Yeah. So Dancer is actually quite fucking dangerous. Yeah. And it's looking like a nerf. Hard nerf. And it's looking like a nerf.
I can definitely see some raid compositions getting pretty messed up. You know, to the point where everybody was like, we at least have to have one dancer.
You know what I'm saying? It almost feel like, that's why I was like, dancer might get a mean ass nerf. But I also haven't spoke on machinist and bard yet. So there's that. So let's talk about the S-Spirit gauge. This gauge, it accumulates when you or your partner basically land a skill, a weapon skill or a magic skill of any type. That's how the dancer's S-Spirit skill, gauge grows. Now, you do get a few attacks from using this. It costs like 50 gauge apiece. The first one is Devilment. AoE attack, 600 fucking potency.
Woo.
50% less damage to remaining enemies. All right, so you got 600 to the initial target, and then you got 300 to anybody else around that. Again, you know, think about the procs. Think about the damage buffs you got.
That's still dangerous.
You know what I'm saying? So that 600 could easily be 750, 800. 50% less is still 400 potency. And that's on a bad day.
Woo-wee.
You feel me?
Like, you gonna want them in fucking parties whenever you're like going through dungeons, dude, because you're gonna be melting all those fucking
Yeah, because if
targets.
you pair a dancer up, like, but those kind of buffs with, like, let's say a summoner.
Bruh, stop hitting this table. You making my phone fall.
Am I hitting?
I'm tired of picking my phone up, man. God damn it.
I mean, if you pair that kind of buff up with a summoner, and then they spread those enhanced dots over a whole crowd of maybe like 10, 15, 20 miles, you're gonna melt those, man.
Yeah.
That's gonna be crazy.
Devilment costs 50 S-Spirit gauge, true enough. But think about improvisation. Building your S-Spirit gauge up like that. You got a couple ways to build that. So if you get this S-Spirit gauge up, you and your partner, for every skill that y'all land, let's think about some of these partners we can have. We got Monk, who hits
Especially Monk and Ninja.
with Grease Lightning 4. Ninja with Hutan. And all these skills I'm speaking of, Grease Lightning 4, Hutan, they speed up the weapon skills.
Yeah, even a bard.
So the faster they hit, the more S-Spirit you get. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shit, it's kind of mind-boggling to think about what can be done here. The theory craft is going to go a little nuts if they haven't already. Let's move on, though. Let's move on to Machinist. Another ranged job who I am manning as far as damage goes. Now, we might as well call this the third job of the expansion. This job got a complete and extremely necessary rework that was much needed.
Very much so.
All right, it plays nothing like its former self, and literally the only skill that's the same is Spread Shot. That's it.
That's it.
Ain't nothing else the same. Everything else is different in some sort of way, shape, or form.
Wow.
So let's start. All right. First of all, your 1, 2, 3 combos: split, slug, clean, shot, permanently heated. All right. No more 50% procs. All right. So permanently heated, and they generate battery for the new battery gauge to summon the Queen Automaton, or before you get the Queen Automaton, the Rook Auto Turret. We no longer have Bishop. So the Rook Auto Turret itself is it's not a little buddy that you can just put next to you anymore. It's more of a cooldown now. He comes out, depending on how much gauge you got, he stays out a certain amount of time. And whether you manually shut him down or he runs out of time, either way, he uses Rook Overdrive before he leaves. 800 potency. So regardless of what you got going on, you got 800 potency happening on his way out.
Is that an AoE?
That's a good question, actually. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if that's single target, if that's AoE, but either way, goddamn.
Yeah, that's crazy. 800.
Okay,
Oh,
like that's fucking retarded.
Oh,
It's all good. Hot Shot. Hot Shot used to be a dot, a damage over time. It was a minute. Now it is a straight 200 potency skill that just adds 20 battery to the gauge. So it's another way to add battery to the gauge, and it upgrades into Air Anchor, which is the move where he got down, he shot the cannon and made all the chains and stuff come out.
Okay.
All right, so we got Air Anchor. That's at level 76. That's a trait.
Right.
400 potency AoE. Also adds 20 battery gauge. All right, we got Reassemble. Reassemble is still similar, but instead of it costing just regular crit, it does crit. It increases crit direct hit now.
Oh.
Most skills that used to increase crit now increase direct hit crit. I guess that's what that is. Try saying that shit 5 times fast.
Direct hit crit.
You really tried. You really went with that shit. You really tried to do that shit, didn't you? All right, so back to what I was saying. Gauss round, ricochet, charges, 3 of them. Gauss round single target, ricochet, AoE. All right, so it don't matter, and they're on a 30-second cooldown if I remember correctly. And they don't share recast timers within, they don't share charges. It's 3 and 3. Ooh, so, man. Drop a wildfire, then just let them rip, right? So many other things you can do with that, but that's just a quick example.
Goodness gracious, man.
All right, hypercharge, totally different. Hypercharge used to be, you can put either one of the turrets, into overdrive, right? Yeah. And they did something different damn near every AoE, every expansion. Mm-hmm. I think they would just give you more NP and TP in Heaven's Ward. Stormblood, they increase vulnerability on a target or all targets, depending on which rook you had out, which turret you had out. Right. Now it puts us right into overheat, which is also a different mechanic in itself. Mm-hmm. Overheat can extend the duration of your firearm if it's already overheated. So I guess there's another way to overheat without, I guess, barrel stabilizer, because now barrel stabilizer also gives us 50 gauge.
Oh, okay.
So if you already got 50 gauge, you overheat, that puts you into that mode, and overheat is 8 seconds. So if you hypercharge, you increase that to 16 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Throw a wildfire in there on that thing.
Man, yeah, Machinist is looking.
And so there are some skills that you can only use while overheated. Heat blast, formerly known as cooldown. That was what you would use to drop your heat gauge.
Right. Okay.
Keep yourself from overheating when you didn't want to. And then you got auto crossbow, which auto crossbow is basically a cone AoE. It functions like spread shot.
Right.
Just does more damage. And then you got Heat Blast that now reduces the recast time of Gauss Round and Ricochet. So Gauss Round and Ricochet are on a 30-second cooldown. They're not exactly on high cooldowns. And then you use Heat Blast to drop that shit another 15 seconds. So you getting charges back, and you can spam Heat Blast. Mm-hmm. So by the time you come out of overheat for that 8 seconds, you just spammed Heat Blast. Heat Blast is a single target. I think it's got like 400 potency to it. So that's already a lot. And then auto crossbow. It depends on the situation. So mobs, auto crossbow, single target, Heat Blast. Either way, you're cooling down your charges.
Right.
Wow.
All right, so next up we got Wildfire. Wildfire, 10-second duration, same like last time. Okay. But now you get the detonator remote. Wildfire used to just run out.
Right.
Now you have the ability to detonate it whenever you want to in that 10-second ratio. That's at level 78, and what it does is for each weapon skill now that you're using that Wildfire timer, it increases Wildfire itself by 150 potency. So if you throw a bunch of Heat Blasts in that thing, and whatever other weapon skill you can, that's 150 potency. So 10 weapon skills in a Wildfire is 1500 potency. You know what I'm saying? So, so many things. And then you think about Dancer got a 1500 potency skill.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Barrel Stabilizer, we talked about that. 50 gauge can only be used in combat also. Flamethrower no longer adds heat to the gauge. It's just AoE damage, which is good. That's definitely what we wanted. We spoke on Rook Overdrive and what it can do. Tactician, we spoke on that as well. It's just the damage. Drill is a single target. Drill is like it's just single target, 400 potency. I'm trying to think. There was a skill that was AoE for Drill. You can switch between the two. I can't remember which one it was.
That's what your dude is doing, right?
Nah, Drill is actually, that's yours. That's yours. That's not even what the Queen Automaton can do. I think Drill shares with, the hell is it? I think it's Air Anchor? Yeah, Air Anchor and Drill. I think they do the same thing, only one single. Yeah, Drill increases battery by 10. Air Anchor increases it by 20. So if single target Drill, AoE, Air Anchor.
Okay.
Bioblaster. Okay, Drill shares is Bioblaster. Drill shares a recast time with Bioblaster. So Bioblaster is the AoE cone, poisons people, increases the battery gauge by 10, 20 seconds. Or it's a 15-second duration, only on a 20-second cooldown.
Right.
All right, so that's definitely what you want to start off with. And last but not least, Queen Automaton, or Automaton Queen, whichever you want to call it, upgrades from the Rook turret. The skills it does on its own: Arm Punch, single target, 450 potency. Roller Dash is a gap closer, for 300 potency. Both of these count as weapon skills, by the way, so you can't use them on Wildfire. So if you get 10 skills out, and then he gets his skills out, you can probably bust a 2000 potency Wildfire if you do it right.
What's the plus and advantage to a gap closer on Machinist? What does that gap close? Does it give you any added bonus?
Well, Machinist itself doesn't have it. It's the automaton queen that has the gap.
Okay.
So if you can't escape from her.
Okay.
That's the whole point of that. You can't escape from the queen. Okay. The machinist ain't got to come find you. She will. You know what I'm saying? And then the last skill, Power Bunker, 800 potency. If you don't know, if you are a tank and you've done any type of raid that was in Alexander and you dealt with Faust or Faust, you know what Power Bunker is because he more than likely hit you right in the face with it. That was Power Bunker.
I used to hate that motherfucker.
That was Power Bunker.
Good old Faust, man.
And what's the duration on the queen?
The automaton queen is out for 15 seconds. I'm sorry, 20 seconds.
That's still not long.
That's still not super long. Especially, again, I was just telling you about it earlier.
Yeah.
How when you summon these cats, the timer's ticking down before they get on the ground.
Yeah, they're gonna have to.
Yeah, so I'm hoping they saw that, and I'm hoping they did something about that because that's gonna bother a lot of people.
Especially if the mobs, especially final boss, then they're known to jump around the map.
Right.
So don't let that gap closer come up, even though that's still gonna be like a 2-second DPS loss in my opinion.
Well, the good thing about that though is that if you see he's about to jump and it's about to go downtown, you can manually activate Power Bunker.
Okay.
So there is that. So maybe they've already saw through that. And maybe it's a bit more complicated to get rid of it, to kind of, rectify that situation.
Right.
So maybe they kind of made up for it, right? Next, Bard. Let's get to Bard, shall we? All right, playstyle is mostly preserved, which is definitely a good thing, because Bards were the shit in Stormblood, and they still are.
Yeah.
All right, now we lost Misery's End, Foe's Requiem, we lost Crit on the songs, we lost the dex traits, the enhanced dex traits. But what we got, some of the older skills, Heavy Shot. 20% chance to become straight shot ready. At level 76, Heavy Shot becomes Burst Shot, which is a new skill. Now, it has a higher chance to proc straight shot ready. It's 35%. So, actually not a bad move right there.
Nope.
All right, and then Straight Shot itself becomes Refulgent Arrow at level 70. So, if your Bard is already level 70, you ain't even using Straight Shot. You Refulgent Arrow anyway.
Right.
Wow.
Venomous and Wind Bite, if you're level 70 or 64, Caustic and Storm Bite, are now at 30 seconds at all levels.
Right.
So whether you're running Temple of the Fist or you're running Sastasha, 30 seconds.
Or Sunken Temple of Corn.
Fuck Sunken Temple of Corn.
I knew you hate that. I love
that place.
That's my favorite dungeon.
Man, is it?
Yeah, I love Sunken Temple.
What? I do like the little piece at the end, like where you
Can't help it, bro.
where you activate the light beams and stuff like that.
So
and
you're
it all
just
comes
gonna
together.
come through and agree with that. You're just gonna that was.
You
mean,
like Sunken Temple?
Fuck Sunken
Sunken
Temple.
Temple and Stone. Sorry, we're going off a tangent. Stone Vigil and Sunken Temple are my favorites.
Storm Vigil I'm alright with.
Yeah, I like
I'm alright with Storm Vigil.
I like Stone Vision.
Yeah,
I hate
that's
Stone
not
Vision
too
hard.
bad.
Nah, fuck that place.
And at level, let me see, at level 70, they get a trait, right? So you can have a 35% chance to proc straight shot ready from both of these. But it's upon usage. It's not during ticks. It's when you use them.
Okay.
So if they don't happen, then you won't get the straight shot ready proc. It just is what it is. Quick Knock. I just knew they was going to get rid of Quick Knock.
I thought it was going to be the skill.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be one. But now that I think about it, if you would have got rid of Quick Knock at earlier levels, Bard would have no way to AoE anything.
At all.
So it makes a little bit of sense that we kept that.
We got it.
We got another one.
Give me Pharaohs. I hate that
Pharaoh's
place.
serious, man. I actually like that dungeon.
Nah,
Good pick,
fuck
you
that
guys.
dungeon.
I like the theme song to Pharaohs.
I like the music in there.
It wasn't a terrible dungeon.
I hate the bosses.
That one boss before the last boss
The
is
spider one?
It's like a big ass bird. Or some
Yeah,
shit.
I hate that
I'm
one.
like, why are you here? You just can't. Like, he just comes out and it's like revenge. For what? We ain't even.
I don't know what I did to you.
Yo, what's that one dungeon from Heavensward? Like right before, right at the climax of Heavensward, we had to fight Rageveld. Right before Rageveld and Nidhogg got into the fight, like that dungeon before. We had to fight Rageveld in that dungeon at the end. What's the name of that place?
The area?
Not the area.
Oh no, you said at the end.
Yeah, what's the name of that dungeon?
Shit, man, I don't know. Don't get me the line, dog. That was 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
This is true. This is true. This is a very long time.
This is 4 years ago.
Show you how
now.
long we've been playing this fucking game.
All right, so Quick Knock. Quick Knock at 74 gets a trait that adds a 30% chance to proc Bloodletter or Rain of Death.
Right.
So you got Quick Knock.
Some bitch, I'm sorry.
I'm tired of y'all messing with my phone, bro. Y'all keep messing with my phone. I'm trying to read my notes. Y'all here cheating. Alright, Barrage. Barrage not only maintains the triple strike, but now instantly grants refulgent or straight shot, depending on where you at in your levels.
Okay.
Battle Voice got a nice buff from 10 to 20% on direct hit. Troubadour, we talked about Troubadour, Tactician, Seal Some, but we know what those do. Shadow Bite is an AoE Sidewinder. Does more damage the more dots you have on your target, the initial target. Right. And straight line into multiple targets. So, and that shit doesn't fall off. That's just the 400 potency skill to everything in sight that's around that line. Nothing falls off. There's no 50% damage, but everything is eating that. Everything is going to eat that full potency.
Never reap?
Fuck no.
Never
Actually,
reap?
Never Reap wasn't that bad.
No, is it Never Reap that you were talking about?
It's not Never Reap, but I do love that dungeon.
Keeper of the Lake.
Keeper of the Lake?
No, not Keeper of the Lake. What is the name of that dungeon? That's gonna bother me. Ooh, that's gonna bother me. I'm gonna look that up.
Alright, while you doing that, I'm gonna keep it rolling.
Yeah, let's keep rolling.
Alright, Apex Arrow, which look like a damn shotgun arrow.
Let that motherfucker
He let that motherfucker rip, and the whole arrow just went, but the whole bow just went back like that. Like, it was fucking ridiculous.
Damn near broke my damn bowstring fucking around with y'all niggas.
I would too. 450 potency attack to all enemies. Ain't no fall off.
Did it? No, that wouldn't make sense for you.
What's that?
Will it stack with Barrage?
Hell no.
That'd be super.
Look, if that shit stacked with Barrage, I'm just gonna lay off. Did you find it?
I got it. It was Sorkai.
Okay. Yeah.
The one everybody forgot about.
Sorkai. It's a beautiful dungeon, though.
It is a beautiful dungeon. Let's talk about that soul gauge for
Yep.
Apex.
Good one. Good one, Moto. Sorkai.
Let's talk about that soul gauge for the Apex Arrow. It's a weird one, right? It only costs 20 gauge to use Apex Arrow, but it drains the gauge regardless, right? So you might as well build that thing up and just let it rip at the beginning, wherever it's gonna rip, because you're gonna drain. It don't matter if you got 20, you can only use it one time. So I'm imagining they should have probably buffed that potency a little bit more. But then again, it's an AoE.
I mean, but you get buff for every amount that you have over that 20. So whatever it maxes out at, you get a potency buff for every level over that.
So maybe 450 potency is the base for it.
Right.
So maybe when you get the gauge full, maybe it doubles. Maybe it's 900 potency. Either way, the damage don't fall off.
Yeah, that's what crazy.
So that's fucking
Imagine
ridiculous.
firing off a nasty Apex Arrow followed by a Refulgent Arrow.
Followed by a fucking Pitch Perfect.
Nigga. Mirage fucking Refulgent Arrow at that.
Alright. Enhanced Army's Payon.
Okay.
So Army's Payon as a bard was useless. It wasn't as useful. I would say it was useless. So the way it works now is with the repertoire stacks, you need at least one, right? While under the effect of at least one of those repertoire stacks, if you use any of the other two songs, it will give you Army's Muse, which basically gives you haste.
Right.
With weapon skill, spell cast, recast time, auto attack, delayed, all that shit. So basically haste. You got 10 seconds. All right. Now, if you allow Army's Payon to fall off, then you get Army's Ethos, which by itself does nothing. It's a 30-second duration. By itself, it doesn't do anything. But if you sing another song, it gives you Army's Muse. So it's almost a reset.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So if you mess up a song or if you mess up at some point, you can just sing within that Ethos duration. And
it gives you like a watered down buff. Like, isn't that the one?
It's
That's not the one?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No. It gives you. So what it'll do is, I know what you're talking about. It's I can't remember. It was some. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, there was something like that.
There was something like that was mentioned. But all in all, people slept on Bard.
Yeah.
People said, "Oh, Bard lost its crit procs." I'm not playing that. They apparently didn't read the tooltips because Bard is here, bro.
Oh yeah.
It ain't going nowhere, dog. All right. So next up, we got Dragoon.
Whew.
Now Dragoon, right off the bat, they lost 3 skills. They lost Blood for Blood, kinda. I'll get back to that kinda. Heavy Thrust, we don't need that anymore because Disembowel now gives the same buff. Impulse Drive, we lost that too because we didn't need that anymore. I mean, True Thrust has been replaced with that. Alright, so at level 76, speaking of True Thrust, you get a trait, the Lance Mastery trait, that allows true thrust to become right-in thrust upon successful execution of the positionals for wielding thrust and fang and claw. So if you perform wielding thrust and fang and claw at the flank and at the rear, or vice versa, true thrust will not be true thrust. It'll be right-in thrust or right-in thrust. All right, so keep in mind, you don't have to, if you just can't get at the position for that, true north is now a charge. 3 charges, 45-second cooldowns.
True North gets 3 charges?
Yep.
Ooh. What? Yep. Like motherfucker. Shout out to my nigga Peg Leg.
Yeah.
Big Hollywood.
So so let's say we got all right. So True North, and True North is available to all DPS or all melee DPS. Anybody with a positional, basically.
Yeah.
Trick attack, True North. All right. Monk positional, True North. We got 3 of them. Why not? All right. So same thing. Wielding thrust, fang and claw, True North gives you right in thrust automatically. All right, and disembowel. Did I say we got rid of it? No, I didn't say that. Did I say we got rid of it?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, my bad, y'all. That was not right. It was heavy with the impulse drive is what we got rid of, not disembowel. My bad. Disembowel now combos off true thrust. Y'all remember it used to combo off an impulse drive.
Right.
So now, but instead of it giving you that piercing damage debuff, it gives you 10% damage. So it replaced heavy thrust in a sense.
Which is good. They kind of just consolidated that. This is a lovely change.
All right, so back to that kinda on Blood for Blood, right? Blood for Blood has become Lance Charge, which is a 15% damage buff, but it doesn't have that Blood for Blood debuff.
Okay.
Either. So it's just a straight damage buff, and it's on that same 90-second cooldown. You know what I'm saying? It's just not a double-edged sword anymore.
Right.
So that's good. I'll accept that one. I'll take it. I don't even know why the hell Blood for Blood was a thing. It wasn't even that tough of a buff for it to be taking more damage. Animations for Jump and Spine Shadow Dive have once again sped up, and they look badass.
Yeah, this is very quick.
Jesus Christ, they are legit. And so Jump at level 74 upgrades into High Jump.
Right.
Which is one of the 2 ways you can get it grants you Dive Ready, which gives you Mirage Dive, which also unlocks an eye once you use Mirage Dive. Spine Shadow Dive is still the same, roughly. It doesn't grant Dive Ready anymore, and I'm guessing they want you to use it due to the fact it's just damage. They want you to use it for either damage or to close the gap.
Right.
And if that's the case, why not make Spine Shadow Dive a charge for the Dragoon? Because we don't have a charge.
I was hoping it would kind of be.
Yeah, I was expecting Spine Shatter to be if we got High Jump for Open Up Eyes, I figured Spine Shatter would be a charge to close the gap.
Yeah, at least they give him that double stun.
Nah, I mean, we ain't even got that. We got leg sweep.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, and besides, who the fuck is getting stunned nowadays when we fight shit? Ain't nobody out here getting stunned no more.
Hell no.
It's not a thing.
Shoot, man. Damn sandworms, man. And
motherfucking
sandworms don't even got legs. How you leg
Cry.
sweeping sandworms?
The other 70 dungeon, the new one we got. The most recent one. The burn. Them, you know, the ones that do the double earthquake.
I just want to know how you leg sweep something that ain't got legs.
What do you sweep at that point?
I don't know. You sweeping the ground, my nigga?
I mean, it's got legs, bro, but they look more like fingers.
Sweeping belly.
It's not exactly a worm. It's like a millipede type of thing.
This is true.
But it's not. The legs.
How low do you got to go to leg sweep this thing?
Probably too goddamn low. You might get ran the fuck over. It's like getting swallowed up by a rolling carpet. You know what I'm saying? It's just not what you want in your life. Let's see. We got Blood of the Dragon. At level 78, gets a mastery trait that extends the duration of both Blood of the Dragon and Life of the Dragon. So initially, both skills, when you initiate them, they are at 20 seconds. So this trait will allow them to be at 30, which is what you want to try to fish for when you busting out Nastron. You know what I'm saying? And we also, speaking of eyes, we also only need 2 eyes. We don't need 3 anymore to go into Life of the Dragon. We only need 2. So that makes life a lot easier for Dragoons, especially at 30 seconds.
Facts.
Sonic Thrust, and what is the one before? What was the skill that we got that led into Sonic Thrust? I can't remember the name. It's the one. Doom Spike.
Doom Spike, yep.
Doom Spike leads to Sonic Thrust. Sonic Thrust leads to Coearthen Torment. Straight line AoE. Extends Blood of the Dragon by 10 seconds. So it's another way to basically get into doing stuff like that without you having to Willing Thrust and Fang and Claw. And then last but not least, the jump from Jupiter, Star Diver.
Bruh.
All right, it's the Goon's ultimate pretty much. 550 potency. Doubles as a gap closer and can only be used while on the Life of the Dragon. So the Dragoon challenge is, could one use it twice? Now, you can only use it in Life of the Dragon. It's on a 30-second cooldown. Life of the Dragon, when you initiate it, 30 seconds. So the Dragoon challenge is, if you use it at the first second and use it, could you use it at the last? Could you fit 2 in there? Is it possible with enough skill speed, maybe?
Probably.
Possibly. We'll see.
Possibly.
We will see. All right, and last but by no means least, because it's a long fucking video, Scholar. And that's E-Stop all day, right?
Nothing but shield. I love it.
It remains mostly intact, but given a few other skills, it does help with pets as well, right? Y'all lost a lot.
We lost a lot.
You lost
my
miasma
skills.
Huh? Mainly.
Yeah.
Miasma 1 and 2. Because, you know, we're going towards this whole healers need to heal, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So, miasma 1 and 2. Energy drain. Sustain, because the pets are different. Bane. Roost. Shadow Flare. Fey Covenant. Silent Dusk. Fey Caress. Fey Wind. And all the enhanced mind traits. That's a lot of shit. But it's all DPS.
And it was all necessary.
I don't know.
But even the enhanced mind, though?
Yeah, for what?
Ain't nothing wrong with an enhanced mind. My girlfriend is a genius. I have you know, sir.
Bigger heels.
Girlfriend.
Yeah.
What?
Live on my ninja. Just
My Ninja After Dark.
This just in.
Did you just play a theme, God? All right.
This just in. Sir Mackleton is dating a potato person.
You dating a llama, my nigga?
Potato people need love too, Craig.
I eat potato people. I'm a Rothgar.
Jesus.
Okay, Rothgars and Auras and Rogadons eat Lalafels.
That's why y'all so damn buff.
Yes.
All that extra damn protein.
All head, cuz. All head. Feel me?
Oh my
God.
Tell us about the scholar, man.
Lalafels hate me, man.
Raphael said, that's racist.
Goddamn scholar. Alright, man. Shit. Pets. Pets can no longer be targeted in combat. So you don't have to worry about throwing the pets out anymore. We don't have to worry about getting their asses hit by tank busters and you know, Titan getting hit by tank busters and somehow dying. Eos and Selene are literally the same now. Skill wise and all. Don't matter which one you pick. It's just whichever one you like aesthetically at this point. If you like Eos, go for it. If you like Selene, you're gay.
Hold on, Selene.
Whoa.
Selene is dope. I like Selene.
Well, why we gotta hate on Soleil? I mean,
Who said we was hating?
I like Selene, bro.
Selene go hard, man. Did they change the way she looked? Did they change like her color scheme or anything like that? She still looked the same.
They
Like
all look the same.
They all look the same.
They like everybody.
Selene,
I'm not, man.
So is it more
do
like a
bro.
glamour now? Is it just like
Essentially, yeah.
Essentially, it's just like whichever one you think look cooler.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So most people will still probably stick to Eos. Me personally, I would be different and use Selene.
Yeah.
Selene look more like Tinkerbell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
my
agree.
opinion.
She needs some more love.
She do. The main actions, barring Embrace, are no longer on their hotbar and must now be manually activated. So I don't know Scholar, so I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know if that's a bad thing.
Okay, so it all depends on how you play your character. Because everybody knows, like, people always like to say macros slow shit down. Macros help as far as healing goes for myself. Because I have my main heal paired with my Embrace. So I'm doing that any fucking way. So whenever I throw my main heal on you as a tank, it's throwing Embrace on you as well. So you're getting that double heal on. So that don't bother me. That actually helps out tremendously because the only time that Embrace actually helps, that's actually going to hurt a lot of people who lazy heal though. No, I'm serious.
You know what?
Because you have to pay attention now.
Oh, yeah,
Because
definitely.
now your fucking pet isn't going to automatically heal nobody. You got to go out and make sure that shit is done.
A lot of people are actually going to struggle with healers, man, that don't halfway heal because now it's all you can really do.
Oh yeah, man, because you're gonna have to be dialed in now as a healer, bro.
But you should be though. You're healing the fucking. And I think that's why Square Enix is doing that. They're like, yo, allow your roles to focus on their fucking roles.
Right.
Because I get it. We all want it balanced. We want our healers to help DPS out. If the DPS are doing their fucking job, you don't need to fucking help out. You feel me? So that's gonna make DPS step up their game.
So Yoshi, y'all complained that's how y'all wanted it. Yoshi P gave it to y'all and said skill based. Now all of y'all crying in the corner. Get good, scrubs.
Yeah, because now
your
class
each Lala fails.
It's definitely gonna depend on the player itself. Like your class ain't gonna be good unless you know what you do.
Period.
And that's what I love.
Yeah, the player make the class now, bruh.
So you know what I'm saying? That's gonna be interesting, man. Like,
what else? Whispering Dawn has not changed. Actually, it's legitimately the same and moving along. Fey Illumination now combines skill, the increased healing potencies. It I don't know which skills it combines, but what it does is it increases healing magic potency on everybody by 10% while reducing the magic damage taken by 5%. So I'm not sure what skills it combined, or maybe it only did one of those. I'm not sure. I don't know.
I'm not too sure because I'm not really familiar with Scholar. My Scholar's at 60, but I haven't touched it since then.
My only reason my Scholar is 60 is because I gave it a crack potion. So Aether Flow can only be activated in combat now.
Good.
So you can't activate it outside.
Oh, okay. So you can't go into the dungeon with stacks ready.
Yeah, which I'm fine with. Like, truth be told, before you even run into a next mob pool, it's 15, 16 seconds. So if I jump into it and I fucking pop my fucking shit, I still got 15 seconds to get it back. And if you're wasting your fucking stacks that early on into a fucking pool, you're playing your job wrong. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What's the audience play? Y'all job.
How is the MP cap going to affect healers? Are they changing? Exactly. Okay, so they're changing MP cost on a lot of spells, and they have to. Because, what is it, a 10k cap now?
Yeah, 10k cap on everything.
A 10,000 cap on MP is going to fucking tremendously affect certain healers, especially people who overheal. Because there are people who overheal on their jobs. That's going to cut back on that.
But you also got to remember, a lot of these skills are a lot of those skills are also not MP costing either. Some skills are not. Some of them, not all of them.
TP is going on.
TP is also gone.
TP is niche.
Let's talk Adlo. Adlo is probably one of the most recognizable skills, even if you're not a scholar, right? Adlo now has a 125% shield as opposed to that 100% shield it had. And now, instead of it galvanizing in strength when you get a crit heal, it gives you something called catalyze. And what that does is it nullifies damage equaling the amount of HP that was restored from said crit heal. But this effect cannot stack with the Astro's Nocturnal field either. They do the same thing. So, and it was already wonky initially trying to put shields with the Scholar with shields on the Astro. You might as well switch the Astro over to Diurnal.
I mean that's basically like if you're gonna play Astro, you basically play per your healer. Like if you have another Astro, it really just depends on who picked whatever sec first. Fact. But if you got a Scholar, you already know you need to be in a regen sec. Right. If you got a White Mage, you need to be in shields.
And it's funny because if you think about it, if you think about things like that, and you think about all the support that the Astro got, it's almost like, okay, we see what kind of healer this is. Let's kind of play it to that style. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of became that. It kind of became that. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. Sucker actually got a nice little buff. Okay. It now grants 150% shielding as opposed to the 125%. Right. So it got a nice increase. Okay. Sacred Soil at level 78 actually grants a trait. It gets a trait where if you step in the bubble, you get healing over time. So 10%, what is it? 10% block when you in Sacred Soul, I think.
Yes.
10%, and then at 75%, and then at level 78, healing over time on top of that.
Okay. I wonder what the heal potency on that is.
I don't think they changed it. They didn't update.
I think it's just healing over time. So I ain't no telling what it is.
Okay.
Now this is going back to what you was just talking about with MP, Ralph. Art of War, Scholar's AoE spamming ability, and I believe it's the only one. Only does 150 potency, so maybe 10k at a high level, 800 HP, 800 MP though. You can only spam this move maybe 11 times before you have to throw out some lucid dreaming, whatever else we're gonna use to get MP back. So Hoping they do something about that. At least buff it.
Right.
You know, if you're not gonna change the MP cost, buff the damage to at least 3. And if you change the MP cost, drop it to like 4. You know, let us hit that shit 20 times or so. We got Broil. You know, Broil and Bio, speaking of which, got buffs. Bio at level 3 becomes Biolysis. Or Biolysis, something like that. And then, of course, we got Broil 3. Just both higher damage potencies. Nothing really bad to say, can't complain. You know what I'm saying? Same old same. Resuscitation allows you to cast either an Adlo, a Sucker, an Indom, or an Excog at, depending on which skill you use, at no cost of MP or Aetherflow. And it also ensures a crit HP hit. Or it also ensures that you get a critical HP restored.
Oh wow, crit and down ability.
Meaning you can basically and think about this, you can also force a crit deployment tactics.
Yep. A lot of people don't fucking use the deployment tactics the right way, and that pisses me off.
I see that move. It's a gorgeous move. Actually,
yeah,
I've seen it. I don't know what the fuck it does, but I've seen it happen. And forcing a crit deployment tactics, it's only on 90-second cooldown.
Oh, that ain't bad.
That's not bad at all.
And that's gonna be really good for like fucking whatever our next raid's gonna be, because I know a lot of those fucking raids coming up, they're gonna test motherfuckers. I'm gonna love it.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna healers, man, gonna have to step their game up in some of these new raids, bro, because these mobs can be hitting hard, boy.
Yeah,
like definitely.
You got another one?
but can my character wear a poncho? Yes, you actually can.
I have a poncho on one of my characters.
I have a poncho as well. Yes, you actually can wear a poncho in this game,
and it does make me feel like Spider-Man.
I would say that's one of the best things about Final Fantasy.
Poncho made you feel like Spider-Man?
No, Shadowbringers.
Shadowbringers makes you feel like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
In which way?
It gives me the same feeling as Spider-Man did.
Okay, gotcha. I'm glad you clarified that.
I had to.
I would say that's the one thing I do love about Final Fantasy is the variety of clothing styles that you have. Like there's just so much glamour. There's so many different clothes that you can wear, man.
A variety of clothing style, and everybody dressed like a thought.
Everybody.
All these clothes out here, and everybody dressed the same damn way.
I just look like a Native American.
We gotta love the thought. You gotta love the thought tanks. You gotta love the thought tanks, man.
Oh my bad, man.
All right, let's see what else we got. Fae Blessing at level 76.
Okay.
It costs 10 fairy gauge to use, but it tells either Eos or Celine, whichever one you use, to execute an AoE heal. And that's Fae Blessing. I'm not sure how much the potency is. I forgot to look at that, but
it's probably beautiful.
Yeah.
That must have been that really nice move that we saw during the trailer. Possibly where the lights kind of all went around on everybody. Okay.
Possibly, yeah. So that's the AoE heal, and only costs 10 fairy gauge, man. So, because if I recall, the fairy gauge was only used for one thing, and that was for the tether and Stormblood.
Yeah.
So they actually added some use to it with that.
But
okay.
And a lot of people didn't even fucking use that move. It was actually a phenomenal move. Let's just say one of your healers is down, right?
Yeah.
You throw that fucking tether on your fucking main tank so the main tank don't die. That allows you to fucking focus on raising your other healer. That way you don't have to fucking heal the fucking tank, because the tank is being healed by the tether. Yeah. So it helps out tremendously, but people did not fucking use that skill.
The Fate Union just looks cool.
It looks cool.
And if tanks don't do shit else, they gonna heal themselves. Especially the goddamn warrior. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Right. Paladin's Clemency, let's go. You know what I'm saying? So at max level, Scholar, I don't know if it's the only one, but it's one of the few jobs at level 80. It picks up not one, but 2 skills. Whoa. One being Summoning Seraph, and then the other being Seraphic Shields. So Summoning Seraph, it'll cause your pet to leave the battlefield. Basically, Seraph say get the fuck out. And Seraph will stay there until the 20 seconds is up, because that's how long she's there.
Okay.
She's on a 2-minute cooldown, so not bad, right? 20 seconds, 2 minutes. Seraphic Veil replaces Embrace as far as what it does, and it casts a barrier equal to the amount of HP it restores, and lasts up to 30 seconds or until the said barrier is broken.
That's gonna be one hell of a tank. That's gonna help with tank busters.
That's like gonna be pretty fucking retarded.
You'll be eating through tank busters, man.
And I'm almost positive this shit stacks with defensive cooldowns. You know what I'm saying? So
you popped at the right time. Your tank is gonna take shit from that tank buster.
From a goddamn thing.
Shouldn't at least.
And the last skill I have, Constellation. It's an AoE that heals everybody, and also galvanizes for the amount of HP that was restored. Wait a goddamn! I just realized what the fuck I read. Hold on. So
it creates a shield for the amount of health just restored to you.
Do we still have Largess? It's a skill.
Largis.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a role skill or not. I don't think we lost it.
Yeah, it's definitely still a role
Yeah,
skill.
I think it's. I'm pretty sure it's still a role skill.
Okay, because popping Largis on top of that, dude, that's some big ass heals, man.
Crit, let's let it not be a crit heal.
Bro, imagine healing
Shit like
somebody for 20K right there.
That's a galvanize on a 20K, bruh. Let me pop these cooldowns real quick so I can do less damage. Who's trying to die? Not me.
You ain't gonna die.
Who ain't gonna die? It's not me. Goddamn. So, all right, man. With that being said, that was the last of what I got as far as talking goes. I can put this up now, thank God. Overall, Shadowbringers is here, man. It's coming.
Yeah,
4 days.
We got Ninja and we got Astro. We got Bard and we got Scholar. Gunbreaker and Machinist. Possibly Dragoon. Anybody else looking at anything that might look enticing to it?
I'm finally gonna pick up after saying I was gonna pick it up. I'm gonna have you coach me as well, Samurai. I was getting some tips a few weeks ago on Samurai, but Samurai is gonna be Aesop's next niche because Samurai was my thing in 11 as well. So
Samurai got some nice shit.
Incredible class.
Samurai got a mimic ability.
I'm ready to actually start playing with you again, Ralph. So we definitely need to get back together. That way we can run some shit. Because I know you're still somewhat behind, so we gonna get you caught up if you're not already there.
We got you, fam.
Yeah, man.
If you want, man, just holler at me, man, because I run anything except raids on
bro. Shoot us a party invite, man.
Yeah, don't shoot one that dies, you're gonna die.
Hey, shit, man.
He's gonna lead you straight to death.
Don't believe the hype, man. Don't believe the hype.
All right, man. Well, hey, look, I'm hungry. All right, we did some talking. I think all the hype is out. With that being said, man, we are the.
I got one more thing.
Oh, what you got?
Remember, guys, to like, comment, subscribe, all that shit. We got YouTube, Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, all that. Twitch is coming up.
Snapchat.
I got Twitch coming at. It's still in brief. I say another 2 weeks. So I'm closing on that. I'm waiting on more so a couple of games to come out.
What's that?
So yeah. Oh, and I'm also streaming Sam's show, Samurai Showdown 7, on my channel tomorrow in the morning. So
and give out your plug. You gotta plug the channel, man.
What the fuck's the name of my channel?
Sir Matt, isn't it your YouTube?
Yes, it is. Sir Mackleton Font Leroy III Esquire. I don't look, man. I put my channel on the back burner to deal with my ninja. Okay, don't judge me.
That's love, though.
Yeah, don't judge me, man. Judge me.
Remember, we go live. Well, I go live Friday morning as soon as the game goes live. I'm gonna have a video up. We're gonna go live. We're gonna talk about something change. I'm gonna run through it. No spoilers. So as soon as cutscenes come up, I'm blanking out the screen. Stay tuned, guys. I'm gonna be up early morning, so people who getting ready for work, y'all can tune in.
I might do a vlog.
I will be here as well.
I'll be at work on a layover route. Fuck y'all at work. Okay? But I might do a vlog. I might do a My Ninja vlog just to kind of count down the time to getting back home to actually play the game. I don't know. My mind's everywhere, so I don't know. But man, that is it, man. I am Sir Mackleton Fauntleroy III Esquire, man.
It's your boy Aesop Shabal.
It's your boy B For Real, aka Dash the Ball.
We are the Shabal Brothers. This is My Ninja Gaming, and this is All Things Final, and we are out. Y'all take it easy.
Peace.